Even after slaying Hiranyakashipu, why did Lord Narsimha's ferocity not subside? Who was the first to bravely step forward to calm Narsimha, who appeared terrifying with his fiery red blazing eyes? What was the real reason for the great battle between Lord Vishnu and Lord Shiva? Hearing the pleads of the gods, who intervened to pacify Narsimha's anger? And what is the name of the most fearsome and unique avatar that Lord Shiva himself took to stop him? This video is going to be very interesting. Do watch the video till the end. In the Satya Yuga, to protect his greatest devotee Prahlada, Lord Mahavishnu emerged from a stone pillar in Ahobilam, taking the most fearsome Narsimha avatar. Because of the boons granted by Lord Brahma, the mighty demon Hiranyakashipu, filled with arrogance, was slain by the fierce Narsimha at dusk. Placing him on his thighs at the threshold, Narsimha tore open his chest. Even after destroying the demon, the Lord's ferocity did not subside in the least. Having drunk the hot blood of the demon, that doomsday fire blazed even more fiercely, terrifying the entire universe. Narsimha Swami's eyes turned red, glowing like burning coals. The flames emanating from his face were so intense that even the stars in the sky began to burn up and fall down to the earth. The entire earth trembled at the terrifying roars of the Lord, which were like the sounds of doomsday. The seven seas broke their boundaries and surged, ready to flood the land. Witnessing this dreadful cosmic form and ferocity, the gods and guardians of the directions were shaken with fear for their lives. Even Mahalakshmi, his own consort, was too frightened to approach him. At everyone's request, the devoted Prahlada stepped forward and tried to calm the Lord. Even though the Lord melted for a moment at the touch of his devotee, the anger within him did not completely subside. Realizing that if Lord Narsimha's rage continued like this, the entire creation would be reduced to ashes, Brahma and the other gods understood that only the master of dissolution could stop this cosmic fire. So they rushed to Kailasa. Falling at the feet of Lord Shiva, the gods pleaded, "O Mahadev, please somehow pacify the fierce form of Sri Hari." That is, they pleaded with tears in their eyes, saying that this entire creation would be consumed by the fire of his anger. Hearing their plea, Shiva smiled gently and realized that if he went in the ordinary form of a deity when Sri Hari was in such a state of great fury, it would be of no use and he would not be able to stop him. To prevent the destruction of creation, Lord Shiva himself assumed a terrifying, strange and powerful form that no one could have imagined. That is the Sharabheshwara avatar. The form of Sharabheshwara is so terrifying that it's a grand, fearsome universal form created by the combination of half-beast and bird. It has a body more powerful than a lion, 8 strong stone-like legs, and instead of a nose, it has fierce sharp fangs. 2 massive bird wings wide enough to cover the entire sky belong to this form. In the eyes of Sharabheshwara, the brilliance of the sun, moon and fire shines forth. With a single cataclysmic roar from him, the sky shattered and all the 3 worlds vibrated. This fierce Shrabha form of Shiva set out from Kailasa, rushing towards the earth and the forests of Ahobilam with the speed of the wind and the mind. In the forests of Ahobilam, Narsimha was still roaring, furiously digging into the earth with his claws. Right in front of him, descending straight down from the sky, appeared the mighty Sharabheshwara. As he descended from the sky, the wind generated by his mighty form was so powerful that even the huge mountains there were uprooted from their very foundations and blown away. With a deep and commanding voice, Sharabhesha addressed Narsimha saying, "O Lord, the purpose of your avatar has been fulfilled. Now please relinquish your fierce form and calm yourself." But by then, Lord Narsimha, engulfed in the fury of cosmic destruction, was still in a state of universal rage. He was in no state to listen to anyone's words. He did not accept those requests. Instead, he became even angrier. With terrifying roars, he lashed out at Sharabheshwara, who had come in his way, and with immense fury, Sri Hari launched a direct attack on Sharabhesha. Sharabhesha, using his 8 powerful legs, tightly bound Narsimha's body and, with his large wings, tried to restrain him and calm his rage. Shiva's intention was neither to harm nor to kill Narsimha. His only aim was to control Narsimha's rage with his own power and save the creation from destruction. But Narsimha did not like anyone restraining him or obstructing his power, not even a little. That only made him angrier and angrier. With a furious thought, is there any other force in this infinite creation that can restrain me? Narasimha's form suddenly began to change at that very moment. As he forcefully broke free from Sharabheswara's grip, Narasimha shed his lion form and transformed into a form 1,000 times more terrifying. That supremely destructive, gigantic bird form is known as the Gandhabherunda avatar. This is one of the most powerful and the Puranas describe it as a fearsome bird form. The Gandhabherunda is said to have the form of a great bird with 2 heads of mighty demonic birds, possessing an immense body and infinite power, enveloping the entire universe. If this great bird flaps its wings even once, massive storms rage across the cosmos. Star clusters are displaced from their positions. The mouth of the Gandhabherunda bird is so huge that if it opens its mouth even once, it is so vast and cataclysmic that it could swallow the entire earth in a single gulp. The eyes in both its heads blaze like great fireballs, beginning to turn everything around them to ashes with just their fiery gaze. The gods themselves were left speechless upon witnessing these 2 terrifying forms standing face to face. On one side stood Shiva himself as Sharabheshwara, the tamer of the wild, and on the other side stood Vishnu, the accomplished one, as Gandhabherunda. With these 2 facing each other, the very course of creation came to a standstill. The wheel of time came to a halt. Now the real doomsday battle began in the skies. Sharabheshwara and Gandhabherunda challenged each other and soared into the heavens. The Gandhabherunda bird, with its 2 terrifying sharp beaks, charged at Sharabheshwara with the speed of the wind, aiming to pierce and tear apart his wings. In response, Sharabheshwara did not back down even a bit. With his 8 diamond-like legs, he blocked the mighty bird's attack with equal force. When the Gandhabherunda bird flapped its wings, the terrifying cyclone that arose caused the stars in the universe to crash into each other and burn to ashes. In retaliation by Sharabheshwara, huge cracks appeared in the sky. The void itself trembled. A sound erupted as if the entire universe had shattered. Neither of the 2 powers was diminishing in the slightest. Each was trying to outdo the other in strength, hurling even massive mountains and planets at each other as weapons. The Gandhabherunda bird, with its long and powerful claws, made every effort to wound and injure Sharabheshwara's sturdy body. At that moment, Sharabheshwara tightly bound the body of the Gandhabherunda bird with his mighty, powerful tail. He hurled it straight down from the sky to the ground. The Gandhabherunda bird, after falling, assumed an even more terrifying form and immediately sprang up, grabbing Sharabheshwara by the neck and trying to drag him down with great speed. The Puranas say that this dreadful great battle continued relentlessly for almost 18 days. Witnessing this horrific war, all the gods led by Brahma and the great sages were shaken with fear for their lives, and each of them, not knowing what to do, began to pray fervently. The reason was it became clear to them that no matter who won or lost between those 2 gods in this battle, ultimately the destruction of creation was certain. Since both were infinite divine powers, both supremely pure, and both the fundamental causes of creation, no one could figure out whom to stop or how to stop them. As the battle grew fiercer with each passing day, it became necessary for the Universal Mother, Parashakti, to intervene to halt this catastrophe. The primordial cosmic energy, Mahashakti, hidden within Lord Shiva, that is, within Sharabheshwara, had to step in. Pratyangira Devi suddenly emerged as a great radiance from the various forms of Sharabheshwara. Her form was that of a terrifying Mahakali with the face of a fierce lion and a dark body. That mother entered the battlefield to protect the universe. The dreadful roar that Pratyangira Devi let out was even more powerful than the thunderous cries of those 2 mighty Sharabheshwaras who were already roaring with great ferocity. Standing in the sky in a colossal form, she, with her boundless maternal cosmic energy, confronted both the fierce Gandhabherunda and the wrathful Sharabheshwara. She tried to subdue them. To Vishnu, who had taken the form of the mighty bird Gandhabherunda, the Sharabheshwara standing before him appeared as his exact reflection, as if his own body was clearly visible. Similarly, to the fierce Sharabheshwara, the Gandhabherunda bird standing before him looked like his own soul, his non-dual form, as if reflected in a mirror. Shivaya Vishnu Rupaya Shiva Rupaya Vishnuve, meaning Shiva is Vishnu and Vishnu is Shiva. This Advaita truth resonated throughout the universe like a mantra at that very moment. The Vedantic truth that both are supreme powers, both are one and the same, and that opposing each other is nothing but opposing oneself became completely clear even to the gods present there. In this creation, there can be no Shiva without Vishnu, and likewise there can be no Vishnu without Shiva. This was to dispel the ignorance of future generations and the world to come. Everyone realized that this great drama had taken place. Slowly, the mighty bird Gandhabirunda calmed down, changed its form, and once again assumed the yogic posture of Sri Narasimha Swami. That is, he became Yoga Narasimha. Similarly, Sharabeshwara, who was filled with intense energy, also let go of his bird, animal, and human forms, calmed himself, and returned to his usual form as Parameshwara, appearing as the ever compassionate Shankara. With both the powers having calmed down, the terrifying clouds of destruction that had enveloped the three worlds disappeared, and once again, as before, greenery and peace prevailed on earth. The gods, Gandharvas and Yakshas who witnessed this marvelous scene of peace with their own eyes showered fragrant Kalpavriksha flowers from the sky upon both of them, their eyes brimming with tears of joy. With a gentle smile, Lord Narasimha embraces Lord Parameshwara and peacefully proceeds towards his Vaikuntha. Lord Parameshwara, riding on Nandi, returns to his Kailasa. This story is not just a fierce tale of war. It clearly tells us that arrogance and anger within us, no matter how elevated our position may be, can divert us from the right path and lead to destruction. To control arrogance and destructive anger, the intervention of a guru like Shiva is essential. This story clearly conveys to the world how the compassion of the mother goddess is always most needed. Even today, those who remember this tale of Sharabeshwara and Gandhabirunda with devotion and faith are said, according to the Puranas, to be protected from any evil forces coming near them. Please let us know in the comments how you found this video. If you liked the video, do give it a like and subscribe to our United channel for many more such videos.